So of late, I've been, having to battle with this thought of, am I sure I want to be a doctor? Am I sure I want to work as a doctor? And it has been bothering me a lot. And I think a lot of medics in the field have, had this experience, have had this thought before. I think everyone has had this thought, maybe I should leave, maybe I should do better. And it's for different reasons. Some can be maybe because of how things are in the country, or just the schedule, the work schedule of doctors, having to do night shifts, stay away from home, the rigorous trainings, and there's a whole lot that, can actually contribute to a doctor thinking this way. But I've been struggling with it for a very long time, and even up till now, I've been struggling with it. If I'm struggling with this thought, I don't pause my life because I have a thought. I would not say, oh, because I'm thinking about leaving, oh, I am not going to work, or I'm not going to write any exams, or I'm not going to plan towards my future. I have the thoughts, and I still know that I still have to move on with my life. I still have to get on and work hard towards achieving the goals that I have set. Just like every other profession, I think, at one point or the other, someone can actually just think, I don't think I want to do this job anymore, and, consider moving to the next. But at different points, when things just get very hard, so difficult, maybe related to work or things around it, you're just like, maybe I should give up. But, sometimes that's actually not the time to give up. That's the time to even work harder. But we will not deny the fact that, you still have that thought. For me, in particular, I've struggled with it because of, my work experience here in Nigeria. Working as a doctor here has been an amazing experience overall. But I would not deny that there's some periods that I've had to go through difficult moments. And, I've thought about my life in the long scheme, and, how I want my life to be. And, I think how will being a doctor affect it. There's a question I asked on my Instagram, and I want you guys to also answer it here. So leave the answer in the comment section. Do you think medicine is a profession or a calling? I know it can be both, but what do you think? I think that it is more of a profession. I know there are people that also think that it is a calling, but for me, I think it's more of a profession. That with hard work, discipline, you can do your work and do it very well if you're willing to learn. And like every other profession, there will be challenges that comes with it. But that's actually my thoughts. But if you think it's a calling, just let me know why you think so in the comment section, because I'm sure some people will watch this video and might probably think, oh, you don't want to be a doctor, you don't care about patients, you don't, because I'm making this video. But everyone is allowed to think however they want. But from my own experience, I want to be real with myself and process the emotions I feel about the profession. Like the training period can be so rigorous, can be a lot. Training here in Nigeria is very, very stressful. It's emotionally draining. Having to interact with, people with different backgrounds. And these are like your superiors, people that are training you. And, everyone has different methods of teaching. No guidelines being followed, no structure, no job description. Job description is so important to me. I like to know what my role is so that I can fulfill it very well. And I'm sure if you're working as a doctor here in Nigeria, you already know that there's no job description. Anybody can be doing anything because there's a lack generally in the healthcare field, in the hospital. So everyone has to fill up. One day you're doing the work of a cleaner, you're doing the work of a hospital assistant, you're doing the work of a nurse, you're doing the work of a doctor. Like everyone just has to fill up and just accommodate and do what is best for the patient. And the terrible part about it is that your seniors can criticize you for not doing something that is not your job, and that counts down on you. That is something that can be used against you. Oh, you did not clean something that was on the floor, but that's not your duty, and it can be counted against you. Or something that maybe a nurse was supposed to do and did not do it, and then the job is just automatically pushed to you. So like there's seriously no structure, and having to experience that is so discouraging. I don't know about other people, but I want to work in a place with like structure, with so much structure. I work with structure, and that's what is best for me. And this is just one aspect. The toxicity of the medical practice here in Nigeria is something else. Every doctor has experienced it, has passed through it, and some people pass through it and they end up becoming seniors and becoming even worse and acting like the same way they were treated, looking down on others, trying to make their juniors feel terrible, destroy people's self-esteem. And it's very unfortunate because there are a lot of senior colleagues I've worked with, and sometimes I used to ask myself, were these people never in this position? Because you've experienced this, you've been treated badly, and then you finally get out of it, you become a senior and you end up treating people badly as well. It just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. But that's just one aspect. Sometimes I think of my life, I want to be a mother, a wife. I want to take care of my home and my family, and having to do it while being in training in medicine can be very, very difficult. Can be very difficult. I remember when I was doing my house job, not to mention the name of the hospital, when I was doing my house job, I had a lot of senior colleagues that were female that would bring their children to the call room. And you're working, you're doing night shifts, you're on call, yet you have to attend to your children there in the hospital. It was crazy. It didn't make things easy for them. And as a woman looking at how my seniors are living, I'm like, oh my god, is this how I'm also going to live? Is this how I'm also going to have to deal with the training and having children and a family? It's definitely not easy, and I won't blame anyone for thinking about it like, am I sure this is what I want to do? Because it's actually a valid reason. The training, depending on where you are, takes a lot of years. In Nigeria, about 6 to 8 years. Even outside the country, about 3 to 8 years to get into training. And it's a lot to think about. You have to ask yourself if this is truly what you want to be doing. In medicine, you are paid according to your time, so it's very difficult to spend your time doing anything else, focusing on hobbies, side hustles. One thing must actually give way. If you focus your all on medicine, your side hustles and other things will actually have to give way. So there's a whole lot to think about, and I think about it. I'm not going to lie. I'm making this video so that if there's anyone else that is actually a doctor, and once in a while you have the thought of, oh my god, do I really want to do this? Am I sure I'm not going to leave and venture out? I just want you to know that it's actually okay. It's actually okay to have those thoughts and stay, and it's okay to have those thoughts and decide to leave. There's something a lot of doctors suffer from, and that is after you've chosen to leave, you have guilt. The guilt is just so much. You feel like, oh my god, how could I leave a profession of saving lives to do something? The guilt is a lot, and I think about that also. And I also suffer from that guilt too, but it's just one of those things that we feel. But ultimately, we have to make the decision that is best for us. Even while I have these fleeting thoughts, I I still have to be studying for my exams. I still have to think of what training I want to get into and everything that comes along my medical training, because I am still going in that direction. There was a time I was very confused about what I wanted to do with my life and the whole profession. I was so confused, and I spoke a bit about it when I made the video of the mistakes I made, after medical school. The video is on my channel, you can go watch it. But I got so distracted by, the clinical experience in Nigeria. I got so discouraged and I lost focus. At that point, I told myself, oh, I was not going to do clinicals. But I didn't have plans for anything else. I didn't have anything else that I wanted to do. And there are so many people that find themselves in that situation. So what I did and what I want to advise you to do is that I continue to, when I found myself, I had help, I had support, I had counsel. And when I was able to pick myself up to continue in the clinical pathway, I had to, tell myself that even if I want to leave clinical medicine, I still have to be moving in a particular direction. I cannot just sit down and expect opportunities to come to me. If I, continue write my exams, maybe even leave the country, start training, opportunities will find me. You have to be actively doing something in order for you to, meet people, get opportunities. And these are things that are very, very important to take you to the next level. And that is what I have been doing. I'm very open to, leaving the practice, doing non-clinical, even staying in clinical. It's just, I am a big believer of balance. I want to have a balance. I don't want what is most important to me to suffer, and that is, my family, the people I care about, my loved ones. I don't want them to suffer because of my career. But yeah, being a doctor is an amazing job. For the few years that I have worked, it's amazing. Like, you get to help people, treat people, counsel people, help them live a healthy life, and it's very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling, especially when you are not, actively in training. I struggled to get fulfillment when I was doing my house job, but after house job, working independently, I got fulfillment. I was able to speak to patients on my own, in my own pace, counsel them properly, take my time and sit down with patients, and also having to actually help my community, help people around me. I know the situation of healthcare in Nigeria, so I was very happy to contribute in my own way, and this is something that I am passionate about and I will still want to do. Even if, I leave the country or I'm in the country, I'm very passionate about, preventive medicine, helping people to live and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Because of the inadequacies that we have in our healthcare system, it's very important to help people to prevent a lot of diseases and to, spread information, healthcare information in simplified ways for people to understand, to take care of their health. But yeah, that is just my thoughts. That has been what has been going on in my head. I am still, writing my exams. I am still preparing for everything to move on to the next level in my career. But once in a while, I still have those thoughts. And you never know what can happen in future. But just be prepared for it. But whatever decision that you actually decide to make is okay. It's honestly okay. It's okay as long as you feel fulfilled in the path that you choose. It's okay. And yes, you feel guilt, but that's part of life. That's part of the experience. That's what we doctors suffer from. Let me know in the comment section if you as someone in the medical profession has thought about leaving. Just let me know. I am part of the community. I am also in that category. So let me know in the comment section. Let's talk to each other and, guide each other along the way. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it and if it helped you. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.